Hello everyone, it's Oliver Harper here, and I'm back again with Duncan Casey and zombie expert Richard Jackson. And today this video special is on the classic Night of the Living Dead. So we're going to cue it up and you can watch it with us while we talk over the film, and Richard will probably fill in with most of the trivia because he knows his film back to back. So, let's go.
Better than knowing it back to front, I suppose.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
No, I don't know how that would work, but you know.
Yeah,
it would.
front to back.
Front to back.
Back to front.
Never wipe.
Back to
front. Always wipe. Back to front.
So,
No, wait. What? Teddy Morgan.
don't get the Marmite in the butter dish.
No.
I can't do it. I can't.
Don't get the Marmite in the butter dish.
There you go.
Everything is done on a breath. I'm running out of steam. Anyway, sorry.
That's all right. This is George A. Romero's 1968 driving classic, Night of the Living Dead.
It is
I know
indeed.
lots of things about George A. Romero's 1968 driving classic.
Not to be confused with Cesar
No.
Romero or Romerio. Romero?
Romero.
Romero. Ooh, yeah!
I would.
Woohoo!
I
Night
would-
of the Living Dead!
I would watch the shit out of that.
That would be
That would be
amazing.
amazing.
Yeah!
So Richard, what was George's inspired idea to make this film?
Well, if you ask him, he'll tell you that he just ripped off I Am Legend. He says that he wanted to make
Oh, right.
something like, if you haven't read the book of I Am Legend, the only film that really is faithful to it is The Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price, which, if you dig out and find it, it's this mad Italian adaptation of I Am Legend that they changed all the names in because Richard Matheson didn't like it. He was really inspired by that and wanted to make something like it, so he, with his co-producer John Russo, wrote this script and put this together and went off and made it. So this was made very cheaply in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in the countryside with all his mates. Lots of people acting in it are producers and various things.
Yeah,
He used to edit and make.
he worked for the news channel, didn't he?
For the news channel. So he used to make and edit news footage and ads locally in Pennsylvania, and he formed the Latent Image Company to go off and shoot this. Russ Striner is one of the producers, you see there, and he is in the car. He's Johnny, and Carl Hardman plays Harry, who's in it later. And Judith A.D. is just someone they picked up. So everyone in it are people they picked up locally, like actors. Shot it on 60mm. I can't remember how much it cost, but it is outrageously cheap. It's like $5,000 or something like that. And everybody,
5,000.
yeah, everybody came and worked for free. That's 1968 money as well.
Oh yeah, that's probably like 500,000 or something. You know?
Yeah, I think I could be wrong there. And this was made on the cheap. It got exhibited in a few places. People were appalled by it. They were giving out sick bags and stuff in screenings. And then it eventually got picked up and people putting on at midnight screenings everywhere. And it became like a drive-in movie. And then, over the years it got so much traction that they made a sequel in 1978, Dawn of the Dead. And then another one in...
That took 10 years for that to really
Yeah,
happen.
well, and it's another 8 years before you get Day of the Dead in 1986.
Yeah, big gaps.
And then an even bigger gap before Land of the Dead in 2005. It's like another 20 years. And then there's two more that we don't really talk about. Because they're shit. But I insist that George doesn't set out to make a bad movie. He has made some, but he doesn't set out to do it. I don't think. So there you go. That, in a nutshell, is George A. Romero's 1968 driving classic.
What happened with its kind of the rights with this film? Because now it is a public domain
Yeah, that's
movie.
why we're able to have it on screen for once. It's because I understand it relates to the poster. I could be wrong here, but they were supposed to put a copyright notice on the poster when they advertised the exhibit and sold the film, and they didn't.
Oh right,
Ergo,
okay.
it's public domain.
Oh,
So-
no.
Apparently, there's like over 180 DVD releases of this film.
Yeah, because you or I could go out tomorrow and duplicate 1,000 of these and go sell them for 99p on a street corner, and that'd be totally legit. There's the awful colorized version. There's a really awful colorized version.
When did they colorize that?
It was in the 80s, I think. It was for television exhibition, and it's done really badly. There are at least 2 or 3 remakes. There's the George A. Romero endorsed one.
Well, we did the commentary for the Tom Savini.
That's the
one.
1990 Savini one.
Yeah.
Which I actually like a little bit more than this. Oh my god! But I do. And then there's Night of the Living Dead 3D with Sid Haig, which is fucking rotten. There's a sequel to that, and then I think they've done another one recently, like another one, because anyway, the rights are anybody's. So Romero made his own film. That was an attempt to sort of get the rights back.
Yeah.
Which didn't really work. But they then owned the rights to that film, of course. And John Russo, the guy who co-produced this, did like a George Lucas on it in 2001 and went and shot loads of new footage in the same location.
What?
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Oh,
So there's
God.
there's a Star Wars style hated special edition where you see the first zombie here. There's a guy called Bill Hinsman plays the first zombie.
It was like there's like an Ewok behind him or something, or an AT-AT.
Yeah, like it is. Well, the thing is, he is 30 years older.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
doesn't make
there's
sense at all.
footage of this thin, youngish man intercut with the same man 30 years older, who's obviously really fat and stuff. And you're supposed to, if
What?
you didn't know it was the same guy, which I kind of went into it knowing, because I knew this was coming out.
Yeah.
You just think like, why does they keep showing this fat guy ambling around?
So it's intercut
Yeah.
with
What,
that.
close-ups or something?
But there's an extra scene at the beginning showing his funeral, and it's going like, "We consign this evil child molester to the ground," which is like completely new. Like all he was is just some guy, and then it kind of cuts to this later with him walking around looking like this. It's worth a watch in a kind of mystery science theatre type way.
Oh, yeah,
It's
sure.
outrageously bad, and they had a new electronic score and stuff. John Russo, in his attempt to reclaim rights to Night of the Living Dead, he wrote a novel called Return of the Living Dead, which was set after, and it's just all mad and crazy. I think Hemdale bought the rights to Night of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead book,
Yeah.
or is it Orion? I can't remember. And so the Return of the Living Dead film
Is that by Dan O'Bannon?
by Dan O'Bannon
Yeah.
was intended as an adaptation of that book, but it was so bad they just went, fuck it, and Dan O'Bannon wrote something completely from scratch. Which is why in the beginning of that, like they reference Romero. You remember the characters kind of
Yeah,
go like,
yeah,
"Oh
yeah.
yeah, it really happened. They twisted the facts." There you go.
Fucking
John
hell.
Russo doesn't do anything, bless him. And I shouldn't like I said, this guy intercut with this guy all fat and old. I don't want to speak too ill of him because he passed away a few years ago, and I don't want to speak
Matt.
ill of the dead. That would be mean. So yeah, this is Johnny and Barbara. Barbara looks like my dad at my uncle's wedding. That's what I've learned. I saw my dad's photo of him at my uncle's wedding, black and white. He looks exactly like Johnny. There you go, fans of my dad, which is probably my mum at best. It's debatable. So yeah, people always think this is from the 50s or something because it's all black and white stuff, but it's not. It's from the late 60s.
And it's just made them cheap, yeah.
Yeah. But they did a great job of with what they had, and this is the prototypical zombie film upon which most others are based. I was saying earlier, like Plan 9 from Outer Space had zombies in it, and The White Zombie with Bela Lugosi is kind of a zombie film, but it's that zombies before was kind of voodoo zombies. These
Yeah,
are the
this
classic
is
shuffling
cannibal ones,
cannibal
these are.
zombie shooting
Yeah.
the head that we know and love these days.
But did the ones with the Bela Lugosi one, like, they're all like,
They still
slow.
They are vacant, moving. Kind of, yeah.
okay.
Um,
Let me in! Come on! This is my car, you
Yeah.
bitch!
See, he's quite active, isn't he?
Yeah.
So those who have that running zombie debate,
Exactly. I mean, he's quite quick, isn't he?
Because this is prototype zombie. Proto zombie.
Prototype.
Proto zombie.
It's in beta testing.
He's got the arse of his trousers ripped out. Ooh. As well, like, because this was cheap, that was someone's car, they just broke the window on. Yeah, poor old Barbara gets a bit of a short shrift, because in the remake they make her all Ripley-ish, don't they? And she's kind of a bit more
They do, yeah. It's
She
kind
kind
of
of-
role reversal, isn't it?
Yeah, she's kind of squealing and inept at the beginning, and then kind of, goes hard.
Gun-ho, basically.
Gung-ho. Whereas this Barbara just kind of gets traumatised, never recovers from it, and then dies. Spoilers.
Oh no, poor Duncan.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
It's alright. That looked like it had already happened.
Shut up. Shut up. Yeah. Feel free to take the piss, guys. It's all good. It's a video special. That's what we're here for. But I'll just make it boring with facts. boring facts. So yeah, this is the first.
What was your first experience with this? Because for me, it was I think it was like late Channel 4. They showed it on.
I watched the colorized tape.
God.
Awful.
How do they do colorizing? What?
They well, you know, now they do it digitally, but they do
Yeah.
paint it frame by frame.
Really?
And my God, does that version look like they painted it frame by frame? It
was
looks
gonna
like a child painted it frame by frame.
That would just take forever, wouldn't it? How do you-
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, now digitally they can just go through and
Yeah.
use Photoshop skills to highlight sections and stuff and computer trickery. But yeah, they did used to kind of just paint it by hand.
God.
That's what the Lumiere brothers did in the early days of cinema. I'm making this extra boring today. Extra boring. So, the Romero movies would normally be filmed in and around Pittsburgh, or at very least Pennsylvania. So this is near Pittsburgh. The mall from Dawn of the Dead is in Monroeville in Pittsburgh, and the mine in Day of the Dead is in near Pittsburgh, or at least in Pennsylvania as well. This house no longer exists. I think it was burnt down or it was just demolished or something. So you can't go there, but you can go to the graveyard because James Rolfe did a video. We went to the graveyard.
Did he?
Available on someone else's channel. Don't go to that one. Yeah, so you can go visit. It's quite cool.
It's interesting that as soon as she comes inside, you know, the black and white photography really kind of comes into its own.
Yeah, when they're able to kind of light
Create some shadows and stuff.
There's really great lighting in this, and it's just a great. It seems so basic now, but no one has seen anything like it at the time. And the level of violence in it, like, you know, for this era, it's got a really. It's very graphic. I mean, there's proper kind of bones being gnawed on and meat and stuff like that. And people getting shot and all sorts.
Because the body parts they use, what they basically feed on, are just like parts of like what pigs
and cows and things.
Yeah.
Real awful. Real
Awful.
Ruffle.
Very awful.
Ruffle.
Ruffle.
Awful.
Awful.
Having an awful ruffle. Yeah, and they kind of use it's like much like Psycho, the imagery of taxidermy.
Yeah.
Stuff.
I was going to look at that and thought that's a bit like Sam Raimi kind of inspired with Evil Dead 2. We got the heads and the quick whip pan it had.
Yeah.
He won't fuck off, will he?
Stephen.
Confounded by a washing line.
Nighttime out the window. Shut up.
Continuity, shut up!
Shut up.
You see lots of actors reused as zombies. Shut up as well. There's quite a lot of shut up in this movie. God, love it. It's not my favourite though, because you know, in the way you're supposed to say you like Star Wars more than Empire. Come on, like it's not my favourite of the three.
It was just Dawn, isn't it?
I struggle between Dawn and Day most of the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but this is not my favourite because you know we did the other commentaries ages ago, and this is one we were going to get around to, but we did the remake instead.
Yeah.
It's taken us like because we did those Romero commentaries like when we first started this.
Yeah, it would have
Like
been
really early on
Because
we cleared out all the movies that we know really well got done like in the first year.
Yeah.
Just like, stuff we don't have to put any effort into. Fuck it, we just do it now.
Yeah.
I
crazy.
mean, we put loads of effort into it, obviously, because you've got to sit and
talk for
research
ages.
and talk and etc. But yeah, this just never got done, which I wasn't that bothered about. But I did always want to do it because I got loads to say and stuff.
Well, definitely.
And you can do it as a video special because ain't nobody owns it. You could remake this. Do you know what I really fucking hate? In Night of the Living Dead 3D,
Yeah.
right, there's a bit where they sit and watch this film,
What?
and it's like, hold on, you are in the same area and you have the same names as all the characters and the same things happening, and no one kind of thought to go, hold on guys, I've got this film here,
Yeah.
it's really weird, perhaps we should watch it. That just doesn't make any sense.
Don't they in Halloween 3 they watch? You see the kids watching Halloween.
Yeah, that's so dumb as well.
I think it was that.
Well, actually, Halloween 3 can do that because it doesn't. That's just showing that it's not in the same universe.
Yeah.
What bothers me is let me get this right. Now, in Scream they watch Halloween, but then in Halloween H20 they watch Scream 2, I think.
Do they?
They watch each other. Yeah, they watch each other, and it's just kind of like, that doesn't make sense.
It's the wrong universe.
It's the wrong universe. So this is Dwayne Jones. He died quite young, which is quite sad. But he was.
Did he?
Yeah. I mean, it died in the early 80s, I think. Well, not particularly young, but young enough. And he he's like a local theatre guy that Romero found, and that's one of the groundbreaking things about this, man. The lead character is a black guy in the 1960s in America.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool as shit. And he is played by Tony Todd in the remake.
Oh, Tony Todd.
Yeah, because
You should watch the
watch
remake of this, man.
Candyman,
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
We should watch this as well.
Well, I was
But
going to say, I should watch. He does look like Tony Todd, actually.
yeah, apparently him and Tony Todd were kind of buddies. They knew each other a little bit.
Oh, wow.
So there's
That's
quite
very
a nice.
cool. I like
so
that.
Yeah.
just before Tony Todd did Candyman, he did the remake of this, and he's
That's right, yeah.
absolutely perfect for it as well. He
Yeah.
nails this as well as old Dwayne. And this is the thing: he was never written as black. Romero was, and it's something that Romero started to do that. He always put like a black lead in one way or another in the movies.
Yeah.
Like this, Ben's not written as black, and it's never really referenced directly in the script that he's black. It bubbles under, and the relationship between him and Harry kind of feels as if there's a sort of racial tension there. But no one ever used any racial slurs on him. Never. It's not really. He's not. He's just a guy. He's not a black guy. He's a guy, and that's what's great about it. He just was the best guy for the role.
Yeah.
In America in the '60s, that's chocolate syrup. Much like
Nice.
Psycho, it's the same thing because it just needs to be.
Did he
black.
say when he made the film that he had to be particular about the clothing they wore for shooting black and white? That's
They
always
were, they were aware of it. I mean, I've never heard them mention that specifically, but if you do ever see, I've never really seen any colour photography from this film, so I couldn't say. I mean, because they seem to all be wearing kind of pastel colours,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
presumably is then to photograph in a way that.
Well, you really could nuke that fridge, couldn't you? So-
Oh, there's an archaeologist in here. They hate it.
Night of the world. We're all gonna die. Chewie, we're home.
Also, these guys really fuck up. Like
No?
their
They
plan
do.
kind of sucks.
Because once they let in the other people, they got the couple and their little girl. There's a fight for
yeah,
power.
it's a
isn't it?
power struggle.
Yeah.
that's what happens in Romero zombie movies. Always the zombies aren't really the enemy; the people are the enemy, and it's always about how
It's a film about human nature.
Society in a microcosm always eats itself owing to selfishness and greed and human nature, which he's arguing are human nature. So yeah, the zombies are kind of Romero always views the zombies as kind of sympathetic. They're the kind of saps and the dupes, and they didn't ask for it. They're kind of sad creatures, whereas the people are selfish a-holes.
Pretty much.
For the most part. I think the benefit of black and white is that, you don't have to go too heavy on the makeup.
No, you don't.
Just a bit of blood here and there. And they're supposed to be fresh zombies.
I like how it's cut away now, but that zombies slowly approaching from behind.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Because it's very tense. That's the.
Oh, it took his time there. Because
Very
there's no
slow.
passage of time for that walk.
He might have stood still for no reason at all.
Yeah.
He stood on some glue.
Shut up!
Shut up!
Shut up.
They call them ghouls in this as well, which I like to use the word ghoul to describe people, but they don't really.
Night
call
of the
them
Living
ghouls again.
Ghouls.
Night of the Living Ghouls.
Yeah.
That's your alternate title
Yeah.
for your re-release.
Exactly.
That's the problem with this because it's been so widely re-released. The scam of making your own to sell is no good, is it? Really?
No.
He's got some good mileage out of that wheel brace, hasn't he?
He knows how to use it.
'Cause that's why George remade it, didn't he? Because he didn't earn any money from this film.
Yeah, exactly. So he couldn't distribute it and stuff. And yeah, that was an attempt to try and get the rights back. So now he has rights to a film called Night of the Living Dead, but it ain't this film.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's so weird that he can't make claim to it, though. My name's on the
Well,
fucking thing.
because it's the ultimate kind of foobar. Because once you make it public domain, there's no real going back on that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, which does mean everyone gets to see our faces. Thanks, George. He's thinking, "Oh, I'm going to make this film public domain, so you can see the faces of 3 lads on the internet, which I don't know what that is because it isn't invented yet."
Yeah.
40 years from now. 50 years. Oh, Christ, it'll be the 50th anniversary in 2 years.
Yeah.
Bugger me. There'll be celebrations and fun. Cake.
You have to, yeah, cake. You
They'll
have
be
to,
singing, playing, for God, playing.
you have to go to the locations, Richard. And,
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. Go to Pittsburgh. Go to Graveyard. There used to be a house and stand
do a
around.
wee wee and mark your territory.
Do a
Ryan
Grave.
Cox.
And Brian Cox.
With your Dawn of the Dead socks.
The Dawn of the Dead Socks on Brian Cox.
Zombie song.
My groin's on fire! Ah!
I'm
all on fire.
My groin is on fire. That's what my sex is on fire basically means, isn't it?
Well, I would have thought it's some sort of thrush related.
yeah.
There's a cream for that, mate.
My dick's a blowtorch.
I did a blow down. Okay. Much like the Steven Seagal epic Fire Down Below.
Yes, indeed.
Steven Seagal fights thrush.
Steven Seagal. Well, that's a movie that's the title describes a bad poo, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Fire Down Below. Deep Impact. That's another one. I went to. You guys have never been to Comic Con, have you properly? We went to.
No,
Collectomania, didn't we?
we've been to Collectomania, but I've never been to the Comic Con kind of event.
Okay, I've been to a couple of Comic Cons. I went to Kapow Comic Con, which is Mark Miller's one in London. I went with my friends, and the thing is, like, you can spend a whole day on you'd be on your feet for like 14 hours. It's just kind of audio visual overload. And every time I've been, we've all had some kind of psychotic, hysterical break afterwards. Like, you know, everyone's just gone a bit nuts. And we sat there doing the films that sound like poos game for about 2 hours in the pub and just getting hysterical. And in the end, they didn't even make sense. It was just like the long, the tall, and the short. Brewster's Millions.
We get into that. Like, I used to have a game. Me and my friends used to play in the pub where we just assign. You basically replace one word in a title with toilet.
Nice.
And it is really funny eventually. Like, you know, you get into really stupid things like, you know, the man who went
The
up
toilet who loved me.
the man who went up a
Hill
and came down the toilet, or, you know, whatever, and back to the toilet, and that's one of those games where you just sit there and piss yourself, like Night of the Living Toilet, Toilet of the Living Dead,
Toilet of the Living Dead.
yeah, which is better,
Star Toilet.
yeah,
Toilet Wars.
yeah. I mean,
Toilet Wars starring Jason Statham.
I'd watch that. I'd so watch that.
Edward Toilet Hands,
Edward Toilet.
yeah. From dusk till toilet.
We can go on. We can go all day.
Yeah, exactly. The dark toilet.
Toilet
Dark
begins.
toilet rises.
Pan's Toilet.
Pan's toilet.
Already got Pan in it.
Toilet the Barbarian. See, it's fun. The breakfast toilet.
The breakfast toilet.
The big toilet.
Toilet.
Toilet Lebowski. It's fun. Green toilet.
See, there's a great cheat there, isn't there? Because you could just take all the one-word films and just keep saying
Toilet,
toilet,
yeah.
and then not have to justify yourself.
No.
Toilet. Toilet.
Yeah.
Toilet.
You can't do that. That's one thing. That's a rule. You're not allowed to do that.
It's cheating.
There has to be some rules.
Browsing a film, don't
Yeah.
get to see.
Looking at the shelf.
For your toilet only.
I'll be right back. Toilet gate. Maximum toilet.
Robo toilet.
The last toilet. Man of toilet.
Man of toilet. I bet that's what you call it.
I don't say it on internet. Get in
Yeah,
trouble.
no.
Get in trouble. Batman v Superman. Dawn of toilet.
Dawn of
Dawn
Time.
of toilet. Pacific toilet.
Pacific toilet.
Hard toilet. Children of toilet.
Die toilet.
Die toilet. Toilet hard, I prefer.
Toilet hard.
Escape from new toilet.
Southern toilet.
Toilet from New York.
Toilet from LA.
Yeah.
Raiders of the Lost Toilet.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Fun game.
Yeah, that's it.
Who needs board games when you can
Right.
do the toilet game?
Exactly.
I feel we've become distracted. Toilet of Doom.
Scott toilet.
Scott Toilet. Scott Toilet versus the world.
Scott Pilgrim versus the toilet.
Looking around the room, it's like
You have to look more closely to spot
Yeah.
the Laserdisc spines.
Monty Python's Life of Toilet.
Love a toilet.
James Bond, Toilet to Kill.
You take kill.
The man with the golden toilet.
Man with the golden toilet.
For your toilet only. For your eyes toilet. That doesn't make sense. For your toilet only.
This is the thing though, we could get locked into this because we were doing ones that just didn't make any sense, but we're still laughing.
But that's the thing, when you get into
Just
that
crack
hysterical state, it's like, you can't stop.
Hammer. Time.
Can't touch this, motherfucker.
Right, just to now, I think I mentioned this in the Dawn of the Dead one, the Night of the Living Dead one, and the Day of the Dead one. Probably not the Day of the Dead one. Go in the loft.
Yeah.
Go in the loft. Like they end up in the basement. That's the whole thing. That's like the big debate. And in the remake, they make a big thing of like loft or basement.
Why would the loft be an advance?
Loft's better. Think about it. You go in the basement, you're trapped.
Yeah, true.
Like if you go stay in the main house, turn all the lights off, sit in the loft, wait for the National Guard to come. In this situation where you know they're coming because you've seen the film. Go in the loft, and then they can't climb up. They don't know you're there. If you're in the basement and they get in, where are you going to go? Nowhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, loads of zombies pour down the stairs and eat your face off. But at least they do it in kind of a queue, in like an orderly
they-
fashion.
yeah. When
They
they,
always
when
wa-
they do what when they climb on each other and get in the loft.
That's from World War Z.
Oh.
With all these kind
No,
of with
no.
these zombie films, they always kind of always need to be in the vicinity of a toilet or something, you know, to sort of and like food.
Again with the
A
toilet.
toilet.
Have
You go up in the attic, you can have to, you know.
you seen Dead Set, with Charlie Brooker? The Charlie Brooker wrote it.
No, no.
Have you seen Dead Set?
Yeah, it's a bit of it.
I think I can't remember. It was a 5 or 6 part series. I think it was 5 or 6, 5 half-hour episodes, and it was about the zombie attack, but it was set in the Big Brother house. And they have that discussion. And you know Andy Nyman, that actor, British actor. Andy Nyman is locked in a room with this kind of thick Scottish girl, while zombie Davina McCall's trying to smash down the door. And there's a scene of him like he has to relieve himself in the bin. And like he G's her up like, look, we got to take out zombie Davina, and she won't do it. And he goes like, either we do this now, or we're staying here shitting in the bin until we starve to death. It's like, yeah, he puts a coat over his head and shits in a waste paper basket because he's been drinking champagne all night. Fucking brilliant. But Dead Set is really like that's a Charlie Brooker written zombie thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fucking good, and I think I probably might watch it next week. It's a good Halloween watch. It's quite long though, because I think it's 5 or 6 half hours, but it's bloody good.
If you move your head, Richard, to the left, you will be out of camera. That day, you're out of camera. So stop fidgeting. Get back here. You just look. You've left a banana on my bed, then rolled over it.
It's green. Look at it. It looks like a plantain.
There it is.
Sarah. It's so underdone. It made my lips numb. It's actually true.
Still needs to ripen a bit, doesn't it? It's gone a bit. It's a bit alien. Cool it down a bit.
Warm it up, rub it. It will go more right. So, you know, you guys talk. I'm gonna eat this banana. I'm gonna eat this banana whilst looking at Ollie.
No, don't do that. I'm not gonna look at you.
Well, they just like adjusted the
He's
camera
a
and
bit
panned it
thick. And
This is Ben's little monologue about how some people tried to round them up, unknowing of what was going on, and they all got eaten. He gives that's great. He paints a really great image here of how shit's gone down. And he just happened upon Barbara locked away. So yeah, I think I've linked. We did the Shaun of the Dead commentary, and I've linked that back to this when Sean's mum's called Barbara after her. And Nick Frost says, "We're coming to get you, Barbara," because that's what Johnny says to her at the beginning. And
Ah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
And the whole basement in the pub, like the whole third act. The 3 acts of Shaun of the Dead play out very similar to Romero, and the third act is exactly the Romero. All things go to shit because of people arguing thing. You know, and even that's from more innocent times because everybody knows the structure now, whereas nobody gave a fuck about zombies until Zack Snyder, Dawn of the Dead, and Shaun of the Dead,
yeah,
which really kicked it back off again. You know, some people, idiots, say that Resident Evil did that, and it's
Well,
like,
the game maybe,
oh yeah, the game. Oh yeah, no.
I suppose, but not the
game.
film,
Yeah, the game was for. There was a handful of other grotty little troglodytes like me at school that were all kind of like, oh, zombie, oh.
No, I quite like the game. That's probably one of my favourite zombie things is Resident Evil.
Me too,
Because
absolutely.
it ultimately is quite, you know, in terms of movie making, you can only it is one thing, and there's not a lot Well, I suppose it's not true with things like The Walking Dead. I just don't watch enough zombie stuff. But for my mind, it's always like, well, there's one thing that happens, and then it's about survival, basically. And so that translates really well to a computer game, because if you just put them in the middle of it,
And again,
You've
look,
got
I
to
made
survive.
the analogy about Max Payne the other night in the Q&A. Like, you can't just...
yeah,
Those are games based on films, so you're kind of reconstituting this thing again.
yeah.
So yeah, that's
It's like
why...
a synthetic film thing.
Yeah, so the Resident Evil movies, no, they didn't do anything. You're deluded. The games did. The games played their part, and they were kind of big blockbusters up to a point, and I'm a huge fan of those.
Yeah.
But to be a zombie fan and this is another fucking drum for me to bang. Being a zombie fan in the 90s at school, like, there was a handful... I had to go around car boot sales scouring to get Day of the Dead, because it wasn't in print at the time.
Yeah.
So you couldn't even get it in HMV or whatever. So we scour around to try and find it, and then we'd swap them at lunchtime and just be little troglodyte horror fans and stuff. And, you know...
Did you get like the old big box Day of the Dead, like X Rental?
Yeah, we had a big box one, big X rental one that my brother got, and then Arrow released it on DVD, I think, in the early 2000s, and I picked it up.
The weird thing is, like, when I was a kid, trying to get hold of like a particular film on VHS can be quite difficult.
No,
Depending
definitely.
on, it was like mid-90s where you want a specific film, you just can't find it. And so I remember I got these like film magazines like Starlog, and I think it was Starburst in the UK, and I flicked through the back. And these magazines were from like 1988, 89. I think issues which had like they covered Superman 4 and 89 something like Batman. But you'd see the VHS tape for something like RoboCop that came out, and it was like £70.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
70 quid?
Because DVDs were so easy to produce with fewer parts that we were just flooded with them. So from an archival perspective, if you've got a really good movie, like, you can probably walk down an area where you know there's charity shops and you'll probably find it. Or at least in HMV or something. In the days of tape, it either existed or it didn't, and often, because like Army of Darkness was impossible to get for years because they did one run of it in that box set and then as separates, but then they didn't. Then it wasn't back in print for fucking ages.
Yeah.
So I ended up ordering like a Anchor Bay Region 1 tin of
Number 2 though.
Oh, that's sorry, 2's a tin.
Yeah.
3's the Anchor Bay, just kind of standard one with extras. I had to forage around on eBay for.
Like Boomstick edition or something. It was
No,
cool,
it
was
wasn't before that. It was a bit more vanilla than that.
Okay.
It's a flipper. You got the full screen and the widescreen.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a particularly amazing one, but I had to scour around for it. And yeah, no one, because zombies are a thing now. Everyone just knows about zombies, but they weren't. They genuinely, it's so hard to believe, but before 2004, they just weren't a thing. Hardly anybody watched them. No one gave a shit. It was a genre that no one cared about. Like, no one was making those movies, and now the market is saturated with them. And I always give a plug to homepageofthedead.com on these commentaries.
Yes.
'Cause that's where I used to...
I think someone actually
Hang
had
out.
commented recently on our commentary for the remake of this, and they looked like they used to visit the website as well. They were like, "Oh my god, you know." it's
I'm not
good."
saying what my screen name was. I was a really prolific poster there in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Giving people abuse. Were you?
Not exactly.
Oh, you got it wrong.
Not exactly. But
He was doing this and that in this particular scene.
it's still there, homepageofthead.com. Don't go anymore.
Were
but it's a
you
very frequent poster.
Loft Not Basement 1983?
Loft, not up, not down 83.
Yeah, up not down.
Jackson
North,
Dread
north, south.
Zombie.
Loft Lover 83.
Loft Dweller.
As Richard always says when we do commentaries for zombie films, he knows if there's an outbreak of zombies.
Stick with me.
Stick with Richard.
Stick with me. I've got it. Watch the Resident Evil 2 commentary. Watch me own the shit out of that apocalypse. Scenario A, bitches.
What are you the
Scenario A.
38th most knowledgeable zombieist in Cambridge or something?
I wish.
Did you say was it that?
I
Was it
can't
zombie?
remember. Yeah, I
Yeah.
had some ropey claim like it was like the 73rd.
Most prolific zombieist.
I should have kept
It's
track
in the local
of that
directory.
I should have kept track of that so I could reuse it effectively.
Yeah.
That's just an off the cuff, like, oh, I'm 37.
You have to go back and listen to all the commentaries now.
Or I'd just round up all the other 37 and kill them. And then I know I'm number one. There aren't 37. Well, there might be. I don't know.
Did your brothers get obsessed over zombie films like
Yeah,
you
it's
did?
me and my older brother.
Oh,
that
nice.
It started with us. Because we saw Dawn of the Dead on BBC Two in like 1997. And it's just like, you just got this thing of going to bed that night and just thinking like, what would I do? How would I do it? Where would I go? How would that work? How would I live? Because it inspires you to just sort of like, what would I do? And then we just hunted out because that was again, there was nothing. You could get like the zombie Holocaust and like zombie flesh eaters and the sequels and stuff, and these. But like you were constantly, because even Evil Dead's are compromised because they're not really zombies; they're kind of possessed demon creatures.
Yeah.
So I always loved Evil Dead, but I always felt like it was a bit of a compromise. I wanted something proper, and now we have the opposite, where you can get fucking clown zombies and ninja zombies and you go into Asda and there'll be about kind of Viking zombie film or whatever.
Would you say
Cockneys versus zombies.
Cockneys? I'll love to see that.
I know, my friends made that.
They also made Tower Block, right?
Yes, yeah.
Fucking love. I haven't seen Cockneys vs Zombies, but I really love Tower Block.
I like Tower Block. Yeah.
Really good movie.
That was the guy directed that. Directed I Am Soldier.
Oh, was it?
Ronnie, yeah.
Yeah, I really like Tower Block, and I like the idea of Cockneys vs Zombies, particularly because it's got Alan Ford in it, but I never got around to watching it yet. So,
Did you try?
He's a nice guy, Alan Ford.
Is he actually?
Very nice guy.
Oh,
yeah.
brilliant.
Sweet
I don't
guy.
care what you take, love. You fucking read it.
Yeah. I didn't ask if you'd take it. I asked if you fucking read it. I will have. You could fuck off to Tibet, and I will have.
I'll have other cunts from Parkhurst.
Nutters from Parkhurst
Up
with
Everest.
machetes. Ready to cut
Everest.
your fucking tarty legs off.
Cut your fucking salty legs off.
What does she say about the play? She says every line dances and every line sing or whatever. That's so funny. That
I
was
see the sports section line there, distinctly unread. Fucking brilliant.
that honestly is some of the best comedy.
Armando
writing.
Iannucci, man.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, Armando
We're talking
Iannucci.
about the Armando Iannucci show if you don't know.
That one
And if- don't know who Alan Ford is. He's the hard nutter from
Bricktop.
Snatch. He's Bricktop.
Yeah.
But Armando Iannucci used him as a man who goes and bullies people for not.
But he
reading
was
The
like
Guardian.
he was because he was like a Cockney gangster for hire or something like that, and he did like a motivational speech. But he's like, all right, work harder, or I will fucking kill you. And then, like when he talks to he goes around people's houses and talks to their appliances to get them working again because his washing machine doesn't work,
Yeah.
and he just gives the washing machine a load of shit. He's like, I will have you cleaning up. What was it like? In an old folks' home, cleaning up shitty pants and shit. I'll rip out your powder tray. Oh no! He's like, I'll rip out your guts and shove them down your powder tray like bits of old banana. Now fucking work. It's like, and the thing just sort of goes. You know,
so good.
so
I love
I'd
that
offer you a
show.
cup of tea, but the kettle's broken. This kettle.
What's the one where he bullies somebody, gives him a name, and he just goes, John. He goes, John
It's the
from
way-
Bow. the
he's-
flats
he-
in Bow.
He's in the like Greek hairdressers. Or whatever,
Oh yeah,
barber
the
shop.
barber guy, the
And he's
bullshit
like-
barber guy.
He's like, yeah, and he's just sort of telling jokes about like, I've got my friend, he's Cockney, but he's dyslexic, so he'll say, I don't know, apples and pears, desks, and then he goes, he shouldn't be doing that. He's just sitting in the background.
Doing it.
What's his name? It's like no, it's just a joke. He's not real. It's like, what's his name? They won't let him get away. It's just like, I don't know, John. It's like Johnny who? It's like Frank. It's like Johnny Franks. I know him. From
Bow, from the flats in Bow.
in Bow. It's like,
That bullshit barber. He goes. Did you hear about the bootleg Beatles? Did you hear about the bootleg John Lennon? He got shot by the bootleg Mark Chapman. The bootleg Mark Chapman. Anyway, watch the Armando Iannucci show. It's
Definitely.
fucking
It's all over YouTube and stuff you can get.
I've got it taped off telly. In my archive.
I remember seeing that randomly on TV in my study at school. Me and my mates were in there, and I think we've been playing PlayStation, but we just turned it off and it was on the TV, and so we watched it. It was the funniest thing ever because we loved Alan Ford from Snatch. So, yeah.
Yeah, I watched it on telly when I was doing my A levels when it was on, and then they repeated it, so I taped all of it, and then they released it on DVD, but I never got the DVD.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I've seen it.
So good.
It's really good. Yeah. Wasn't that the one with the the sniper, the like Croatian sniper.
Oh yeah, like isn't it like for your birthday? Or
Yeah,
something? Like,
he comes around and a bit shoots at it, and there's people outside the church like, go, go,
Oh
go.
no, that's it. We've decided to have a village sniper.
That's right.
It's
Yeah,
like
a village
a
sniper.
village sniper. So like, there's the vicar outside the church going, "Go, go, go!" and he's taking
Right.
shots, and he's like, he kind of goes like, I will find you and I will shoot you, and you will die.
It's really matter of fact about it. And the milkman's trying to like, he's trying to put the milk down, and the milk shatters, and he's like, ah, and runs. It's brilliant.
Isn't that the guy hasn't realised there's people upstairs?
There
I can't remember.
Yeah, the others are hiding in that. The others are hiding in the basement actually. So Barbara and Ben have been
It's next to pillow for you, for your back.
Oh, my back. The others have been hiding in the basement, and there's a zombie. He has a Winchester rifle, the old classic Underlever rifle, which is why the pub in Shaun of the Dead is called the Winchester.
Yeah,
that's right.
The Winchester rifle in that later film.
Also Schwarzenegger.
When I reviewed Army of Darkness, because the alternative ending, and a happy ending kind of one, I said he grabs a shotgun, but it is actually a Winchester.
Yeah.
Because I said to my friend Vihan, and he's been out in the bush like protecting rhinos for like a couple of years. Good on him. And I sent to him, and he goes, "Oliver, that's not a shotgun, it's a Winchester." I was like, "Fuck!"
Winchester
It's a
do
rifle.
a shotgun. Because that's the one in Terminator 2.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
Underlever.
But it wasn't.
But in Army of Darkness, it is the rifle, not the shotgun.
Yes.
Get it in Red Dead Redemption as well.
I'm terrible, naming guns. Really.
Probably it's something I'm a bit too good at.
I'm quite good at it from a period when I was a kid, where I was like obsessive about guns and stuff, and I
No, it
I
was.
know quite a few.
I'm not a
of them
pacifist either. So I'm not scared of guns, whatever, or like
I was
frown upon them. But well,
playing video games, man, because
I think they should be obviously legal.
I used to
illegal
play
still.
Counter-Strike when it was new, and they were all real-world guns, and it gave you facts about them and stuff. And
Yeah.
various video games at the time, so I know loads about guns, and I know how to operate a few of them because I've had a go. But I do think they're evil. But
I've
I
had
don't
army
think
training
they're
on them. I mean, I find them
Oh, yeah, I was in
fascinating as
army
pieces.
cadets as well,
Yeah,
so-
I've done cadet stuff. I mean, they're if you get the shitty SA-80 that really
Full
should not have
civets,
been
yeah.
given to troops. But yeah, I find them as pieces of engineering and innovation. I find them quite interesting. But as in terms of what they're for,
No.
and they should not be. They are evil, and they shouldn't be. You shouldn't be able to own guns. I really,
No,
really
not
don't
at all.
agree.
They are lovely objects in terms of precision engineering and
Yes.
everything, but
And I respect them
you
greatly,
don't
but-
need them.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Hi, commenters, please
Yeah.
dive in.
it's my rights.
I'm not ready to have you.
I'm sick of
I need to go.
milk husband, jello pudding.
Someone shoots me with a gun, I shoot him back with a gun because I got a gun.
My right to protect my property.
Well, if that hasn't fucked off all the right-wing nutcases, then I don't know what will.
I mean, well, look at all the statistics. If you own a gun, you're statistically more likely to be killed by it. It's just a fucking fact. It's not, it's not safe to have.
Look at all the mass shootings we haven't had in this country this
Yeah,
year.
our track record is a bit better than yours. I mean, we have Columbine, obviously, but that's.
Oh, Columbine was the States.
Sorry, I mean,
Oh,
Dunblane.
Dunblane, yeah.
And there was one happened when we were shooting Kenneth, not far away from where we were shooting Kenneth, where that guy went around in
Is he the guy that everyone forgets about because Raoul Moat happened a week later?
possibly.
Is that when Paul Gascoigne turned up with a sandwich?
Raoul Moat. There was another guy who went nuts in his town, and
That was
because
in
Raoul Moat happened.
2010, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Raoul Moat happened like a month later, and everyone forgot about it. But
Yeah.
there was Michael Ryan as well. That was our.
But they were nowhere near the level of stuff that goes on in the
fuck
States.
no.
There's so many that happen in the States that it's like they're just.
Mel Gibson's a racist and guns are bad. Okay. Come at me, bro.
Not with a gun, though.
Not with a gun, because you can't get them in this country.
Yeah.
Safety.
Yeah, yeah.
God, that's it.
I might come up with
Don't
like a Sega Mega Drive Menacer. It won't kill him.
Pew pew pew.
You know it's pointing at you because it makes a buzzing noise.
Probably
he's not
giving you
made of
cancer.
CRT. I can't kill him.
He's flat screen. He's safe.
He's flat screening. Oh.
So that's Carl Hardman. He's one of the producers. True story.
All I need to do is make sure my trousers are getting high.
He
Like
looks
any
like he's gonna-
lower, I'm dead.
This
gonna-
movie might be 60s, but my pants is 50s.
It looks like he's going to dance a fucking jitterbug in those, doesn't he?
I mean, what's really important is that my t-shirt is still tucked into
It looks
my
like
pants.
that guy looks like a fat Burt Ward who eventually Burt
Burt Ward was a
became
fat
fat.
Burt Ward.
Yeah.
And Jerry Lewis in one.
Bert Lewis, Jerry Ward.
Jerry Lewis.
Just got to eat this banana in the style of a zombie. I'm not actually, that'd be grim. Just get in normally. I might just look at Ollie again when I do it.
Oh God.
Do whatever you want.
I'm ready for that.
He's got that proper like, I'm gonna be in the cellar and you're gonna fuck yourself over there and over there. I'm in the cellar, see?
I'm gonna make us dinner with some beef burgers and cigarettes stuffed inside.
We can make it to the cellar if we have to. And if we do decide to stay down there, we'll need some things from up here. So let's at least consider this a while.
A while. Why did you say that weird? I mean,
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
What was the other one he does? It's someone's name. Ah! What was his name?
Will Wheaton.
Yeah, Will Wheaton. Yeah.
Will Wheaton.
So, traditionally... I'll finish my banana first.
No. Yeah, that's the Resident Evil.
Yeah. And they do the... What I always thought was funny in Resident Evil is like when the zombie footsteps are like squelchy, like they've
Yeah.
got wet socks.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
That's what I love in Shaun of the Dead, where he goes into the when he goes into the shed and he's got what's his name again? Mike or Andy? No, who's Nick Frost's character?
oh, Ed.
Ed. Yeah, he just goes. He's like, no, get off. Yeah, but the zombie sound effects in Resident Evil are perfect.
They are really good.
Didn't say freeze or bass.
They're
What's
perfect for it happening off screen as well. 'Cause you so often don't see it. You just hear that.
it? That's part of my survival tips. You walk into a room and listen before you do anything.
And the
Unless
one,
they're standing
the
right
one about the
there.
remake, the Resident Evil, was when you got the Crimson ones. You got that
Yeah.
towards you, like fuck.
When you play through the second time, every now and then, Forrest, the Dead Stars member, is there with grenades pinned to his
Yeah.
vest, and he goes clank, clank, clank.
That's if you-
naked ass, naked lady ass in 1968. This film's hardcore.
But that's when you complete
And
it. In a certain
boobies.
amount that's when you complete it in a certain amount of time. Though he'll appear, won't he? Or just go for a second time.
Yeah, it's only a second playthrough if you complete it quick enough, and that you can't shoot him,
The game will end.
or he just blows up and you freaking die. Like, he shoots a cricket.
Pud face.
Pudface Morgan.
Ew.
In the remake, the zombie eats a mouse.
Did you really eat that
Small.
cricket?
Knowing working on a Romero film, probably, because they all end up eating like actual offal and stuff all the time.
Oh.
And the zombies traditionally get paid with a signed dollar bill, because most people volunteer to do it. You know,
Yeah, right.
like after this, they were climbing over each other to do it. Tom Savini was approached to do this, but he was in Vietnam. He was a wolf dog in Vietnam, and he subsequently based his a lot of his work on the horrors that he saw in the Nam.
Oh, God.
And then he, of course, went on to direct the remake for,
Which is a very good
George.
remake.
It's a fucking
Very good.
It's horribly underrated. People
Doesn't he look like a sort of relation to Michael Ironside?
He does,
A
doesn't
little
he?
bit,
Like, yeah, Michael Ironside's dad or something.
Quaid.
Stupid enough to go die in that trap. That's your business. However, I am not stupid enough. It is tough for the kid. That old man is so stupid.
Excuse me.
Get the hell down in the
Dwayne is throwing some serious shade on Carl Hardman.
boss up here.
Me. Going to the basement, see?
You know, I want to open this door again. I mean, Mr. Cooper, with your help, we can. With my help.
Let him go.
Cooper's such a dick.
The man's made up. Just let him go.
Wait a minute,
Wait, stop!
Judy.
Don't go down there.
Don't open that,
That
door.
You, Jill, the master of unlocking. Hello.
We've been keeping the Swedish model down in the basement.
I like my basement.
Homer. Clink. Homer. Oh gosh, jelly willikers, Mr. Hoover. Would all be a lot better off if you just come out here, Mr. Dan.
Yeah, so Barbara's just traumatised now for the rest of the film. That's
Doesn't
it.
say anything.
I think she
Gets
she
eaten.
says a few lines.
She gets eaten, though, doesn't she?
She
by
gets
a-
eaten, but
by
she has a
a
few
zombie.
lines. She just acts all trauma.
There's always time for a cigarette.
So little girl here, I can't remember her name. She's made a whole career out of this and does Comic Cons and stuff. And
Just by lying on the bed.
Yeah.
That thing.
yeah,
What?
no, she's a zombie later. She was
Oh,
on loads
yeah.
of she's in the poster. She's in
Oh
loads of-
god, yeah, yeah,
loads of
yeah.
the cover.
Sorry.
She stabs up the mum with the trowel.
Mm.
And then in the remake, she just bites the mum and the blood squirts on the trowel. And so just go, remember the trowel, everyone? Oh, trowel. Yeah. So she kind of does appearances and stuff. Judith O'Dea does as well. Quite a lot of them did. I think Judith O'Dea passed away though, but they made kind of a career out of, you know, doing all the Comic Cons and signing things and stuff.
Still on her head, he went, sure, right.
Still alive.
Hey!
But
Wake up.
braid.
Hey, wake up. Wake up.
Let them stay upstairs. Let them.
Yeah, I shot 60mm black and white film, and it's one of the most heinous experiences of my life. That's awful for a student film.
That was for your final thing, wasn't it? Or
No, it was for like halfway through.
did you telesync it onto tape?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't edit. We edited it on a Steam Deck. I loved editing it. I thought it was brilliant. But actually, oh no, I didn't actually. I shot and edited black and white 60mm. That was fine. I worked on a project where we were shooting color 16, and it was just the most heinous experience. It's awful. Like I wasn't even involved. I was just doing special effects and producing and stuff. But like the whole palaver of color film. And the delicacy of it, or when you're fucking 20-year-old film students as well.
Probably half time completely stoned.
Black and white, actually, I'm wrong. Sorry, black and white was alright. Yeah. That was we edited that on the Steam Deck. I really enjoyed editing actual film.
I did a student film on it that they shot part of on. Was it 16mm? Or? Yeah, I think it was 16mm. They did like the final chapter of Clockwork Orange because the book there's like a
Yeah, the extra
the
coda in
extra
the book.
chapter, yeah. So they sort of did that. It's the student film. Looked quite good.
We may not enjoy living together, but dying together isn't going to solve anything. Those people aren't our enemies.
Let's go. We want to watch Happy Days.
Hey!
Ben Pattern Television upstairs. You this. Monday, Happy Days.
He looks like it's from Happy Days.
We all knew the words then.
I don't know. I said
I know,
these
man.
days are birdie, birdie,
These days are right. Chicken Happy
Jump,
Days.
yeah, your
Chicken
chicken
fonts.
sound effects are always good.
Thanks.
So we play like Call of Duty, and there's that level map called, is it Bakar?
Bakara.
Bakara.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I should have given Duncan the headphones for me playing that game. Just
I
to
used to
shout
do
abuse
that.
at kids.
When I was like years ago when the first Modern Warfare came out, and it was all online and stuff, and I had it, and I used to be at home, and I'd be up till God knows what time, doing all sorts of voices and impressions down the thing, because it was like people don't really, I don't think anyway, you really talk over it anymore.
No,
You don't seem to see
I've
that, right?
never. The only time you ever talk is when you play online with your actual friends.
Yeah.
Most people just make racist remarks.
But I used to
Yeah.
use it as a way of like I'd have people like pissing themselves down the thing so that I could like get all the kills and
Put
it
them
was
off.
quite funny. I'd do like Stewie. I think the Americans used to like it when I did Stewie down the thing. And then and Arnie and everything. Like, that was funny. That was years ago. That was
Do it again soon, Duncan.
I don't have a gold account or anything anymore.
We'll just do it on mine.
Oh.
We'll just,
Come on here and do it.
But does anyone listen to it anymore?
I think they do.
everyone
But the thing
will.
is, if you go into a server where people are playing with their mates, they will.
Yeah.
I mean, well, actually, to be fair, they kind of don't have a choice. It's up to them if they have to actively block you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it just sounds like.
It's really
And it's some
muffly.
fucking 13-year-old screaming at
Yeah.
you. And it sounds like
Yeah.
he's trapped in a biscuit tin.
That's the trouble with it. I got so fed up with all that because there's just these dickheads on
I
there.
don't play online ever anymore. I've
No,
got
I
a gold
don't.
account for other purposes, like I don't play
Yeah.
online. Though the only time because we used to play Resident Evil 5 online, didn't we? I think like
Did we?
Yeah, fuck when it came out though. Like,
Yeah. We
how-
put me. Yeah, but you play at home and
Yeah,
I play
like
with you, yeah.
online. Yeah, if I coordinate with some actual real life friends where I know what they're like and how we're going to work together as a team, when you get friendly with strangers, they just all run off like duck jumping and just go like lol 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 lol.
Yeah.
Then it's just hellish.
Yeah.
Mm.
I used to play it because you'd be during the day, or in the afternoon, it'd be French guys and stuff you'd be playing with,
Right.
and then it'd just slowly
Yeah,
transition to Americans.
because we played it a few
Across
weeks,
the time
a few
zones,
weeks back,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
there's quite a lot of French people playing.
I used to play the original Call of Duty when it was only on PC. I used to play that online.
God.
Back in my day, Call of Duty was just on the PC, you see.
You see? PC, you see?
Oh, it was a World War II game, wasn't it? Really?
It was. It was really, really worthy and everything.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So you need to watch Happy Days.
It's got an LG plasma there.
Yeah.
There's no HDMI in. Oh no, we've only got a PS4.
I have to go out and buy a composite cable. Oh fuck!
You imagine that?
It's
they
not
ju-
going to be in HD.
They fuel up a van and stuff and get loads of weapons to go and get a composite cable from Curry's.
We have to go to the leisure park.
If you can find an RGB SCART cable, that will be most handy.
Do you have any food? No, but we've got an RGB SCART cable.
Get it in there now.
Was that a still photo?
No, that's like it is composited, but it's real. Which that's the one of the things Romero had ready access to, is kind of newsrooms and stuff.
Yeah.
No, but I meant of the like the kind of background plate.
Oh yeah, no, that's a still. Sorry, yeah. So that's
the thing
a
on the
still,
TV, isn't. That's what I meant when Ben was like
That
that.
one. Oh, yeah,
He was
there's that
like
one
frozen
shot of,
because
like-
he's yeah.
Pretty
See,
good
that's
composition.
where it's quite interesting actually. The first Resident Evil, I remember even back in the day, its sort of acting and effects were quite crummy and stilted and stuff like that. But actually,
Oh, it's totally appropriate.
it's totally appropriate. Yeah,
Completely
And,
appropriate.
and I don't
Plays
mean
into
that
the
as a
genre,
criticism. I
No,
mean,
absolutely.
It's
yeah,
actually part
the
of the
kind of
atmosphere.
stiffness of it, because
Yeah.
they weren't supposed to be high art. They were supposed to be B movies.
Yeah.
Like Silent Hill is supposed to be high art. Like
Yeah.
Resident Evil, they're going for kind of crazy David Lynch thing. Resident Evil is pure B movie. I mean, Resident Evil 2 has a fucking giant crocodile in it that you blow
Yeah,
up with a
yeah.
gas tank in the mouth,
That's
like
right.
Jaws, and
Yeah.
you know.
When
There
you
are
when
other
you cross
pieces
the
of
line, but going beyond zombies, and you got like giant tarantulas, like you've gone into that B movie territory.
Oh yeah,
Even
huge.
further, you know.
When this emergency first began, radio and television was advising people to stay inside, behind locked doors for safety. That situation
We've changed our minds. Run like fuck you idiots.
Smoke.
civil defense machine
Oh,
Men, women, and children are advised to smoke as much as they can.
Yeah.
20 to 50 cigarettes per hour.
to the broadcasting stations in your local area for this list of rescue stations.
See, at the beginning of Dawn of the Dead, the guy, they're talking about running the superimposed rescue stations over the debate they're having.
yeah.
And the head of the station wants to keep running them even though the fact it's out of date and they're sending people to, overrun places. But the guy wants to keep doing it for ratings.
Ah,
So, I mean, the thing is, like, this is set in the 60s, Dawn is set in the 70s, Day is set in the 80s, so they are sequels to each other, but the time scale is supposed to have shifted. You know?
yeah.
Why are space experts being consulted about an Earthbound emergency? So far, all the betting on the answer to that question centers on the recent Explorer satellite shot
No.
on Venus.
This, what people seem to have forgotten these days is this film loosely insinuates that a radioactive satellite that broke up over Earth from Venus has caused this.
Ah,
But it's never said conclusively, it's just
no,
thrown up.
it's just thrown away piece of news.
Yeah. They kind of lean on it a bit. In the remake, they make a point of giving you a handful of options to take from, because I think people just decided that was what caused it in this, but it's never made completely explicit.
What do you think, though, Richard? What do you think is the cause of it then?
The cause doesn't matter. That's the.
No, you got to tell me.
It was tainted Christmas crackers. That's what it was.
Go with that.
Smoking.
Smoking, yeah.
Smoke.
That's George on the left. It's very
Oh,
different
yeah.
when he's young. With the mic. There he is, his voice is still
Yeah.
the same. Very different. It's kind of like when you see young Kubrick and old Kubrick. Old Kubrick has the beard and stuff, and
But he still retains the big eye bags.
the big baggy eyes.
He hasn't slept in years.
I just don't think he ever slept. So there's your George cameo for this one. So he's in two. He's in Dawn of the Dead as well. When they were trying to get Land of the Dead made, George, it ended up with Universal. There was a time when Fox were going to do it, but they would only do it under the condition that he called it Night of the Living Dead 2.
What?
Because that was an attempt at grabbing the rights. Yeah, because Fox are...
Foxy.
They're foxy. They're mostly a four-letter C word, actually, but...
Well, wouldn't that have been ideal for George? Though?
No,
Actually,
because
he'd
then Fox
lose
would get
it.
the fucking
Yeah,
rights.
sorry,
Yeah, it's even worse. There's a bit like location shooting in Washington there. You've got the...
Why don't someone then make Night of the Living Dead 2 and then within that way
Well, I think none of these
grab the rights?
rights grabs work, do they? Because there's been various attempts that just haven't come off. So it's just Fox being...
How does that work though? What, so if he made Night of the Living Dead 2 for them...
Well, they'd be able to make a bid. They wouldn't get the rights. They'd be able to make a bid for them.
Right.
So it was just kind of manoeuvring rather than a kind of conclusive
Yeah.
manoeuvre.
We were on our way up to the lake to go swimming. Judy had a radio.
I think he shot himself, that guy.
What?
Yeah, he
Jesus.
shot himself 3
What did he
seconds.
do? Steve's performance.
Oh!
It's because Burt Ward came along and he was like,
You realise he was obsolete when that all came along. He wasn't cast in Happy Days.
That's shocking, man.
That's pretty bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone wears big NHS glasses.
They do, don't they?
Mark Commode.
We take this off, we're completely blind.
Green.
Mark
hat.
Commode.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Back in fashion, aren't they?
Richard
those
Nixon.
glasses?
Yeah, I mean 60s. Some certain 60s stuff is.
Beaver Falls. Yeah. Beaver.
Tilly looks a bit like as well as Kevin Peter Hall.
What's his name again?
Dwayne Jones.
Dwayne Jones. Dwayne
Dwayne
Dibley.
with
Dwayne Dibley. I think he's. Dwayne's probably the best actor in it. I think.
He's really great. Yeah,
Yeah, he's brilliant.
He's like a theatre actor.
I am not a crook. Agnew. Nixon smash. Arr.
Riddled with phlebitis. Sorry, that's lose you
She's been bit. She gon' die. She gon' stab you with a trowel.
So it's a disease in this as well that can be passed on.
Yeah.
If you're a bit. Yeah.
The thing that people always get confused about with these, which frustrates me because evidence is made available to you in the text, is that people always kind of in these basically everybody's got it, and if you die from anything other than head trauma, you'll come back. If you have a heart attack, you'll come back. If you eat a dodgy sandwich and die of food poisoning, you'll come back, as long as your head doesn't get smashed. And there's always people going like, they didn't get bit, why did they come back? That's the point. Like everybody's got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
If you get bit, you die really quickly and come back.
Well, that's in The Walking Dead.
Same
That's,
thing.
that thing
Same
slowly
thing.
crept its way in that idea because you didn't know in the beginning it didn't really imply.
Yeah,
it,
no,
did
it did. Yeah,
Did it?
Yeah, of course it does. Yeah. The Walking Dead's basically exactly Romero rules.
Okay, I'm just trying to think. If
That's
that
why
is-
the comics are in black and white.
Yeah.
And actually, they rebroadcast the whole first season in black and white on AMC.
Wow.
Yeah, in tribute to this. So yeah, don't give me any of that. No one got bit shit. Yeah, everybody's got it. In
There's
Dawn
no
of the Dead
space
remake,
left in hell.
there's no
as they
more
say.
when there's no more room in hell.
Yeah.
There's no more room in hell. The dead will walk the earth. Yeah, quiz points.
Yay!
I'm
I'm beating Duncan with quiz points.
Quiz points.
I didn't know you were asking me.
I didn't even ask you a question.
Yeah, wait.
Duncan, what's his name in the middle?
Dwayne
There you go, you get a
Dibbling?
quiz point.
Come on,
Dwayne
no, it's not Dibley, come on.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I was
I
only
don't know
looking,
what
I was
was.
only looking for first names. Fine.
Okay,
I
Dwayne.
just want to make it equal because I felt bad. I've got loads of time for Danny John Jules.
So
I think
have
he's a
I.
cool
He's a
motherfucker.
legend.
Fucking Blade 2, man. It's
Blade
so great.
2, he's
And
doing,
Scum. He's in Scum as well.
He was in a lot of. He's doing that Death in Paradise thing. I think that's what he's mainly doing.
Fuck that. Maid Marian and Merry Men.
Yeah,
I can't remember what his character was called in that. He was great.
because he's English, isn't he? But he's like, was he doing? the
Oh
American
yeah, yeah.
accent?
He's from London.
Land.
He's from the London. I used to have chairs like that in my old house.
What, opposing each other? With
Yeah,
the
with the TV on them.
I hate those type of chairs, really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because my
You gotta sit
landlady
on
was
the
a
TV.
cheapskate. You got off chairs for two people? No, sorry, there's a telly on it. It's on the floor.
Sitting on top of a TV trying to eat your dinner off a table. It's really low
Which
down.
also has a TV on it.
Yeah, yeah. This is weird.
Doesn't make any sense.
Can I just move the TV? No.
That's so rude.
All you get is a recorded message.
Holy rusty metal, Batman. Holy zombie apocalypse.
There's Robin.
A bad cave.
Robin to the Batcave. Get the...
Exactly. He's always like really quick, isn't he? He always Batman.
Precisely.
he ponders, doesn't he? He thinks for a bit.
Yeah.
He always speaks
Explodes
out.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
it. Pure West.
That was pure.
I didn't need black plastic.
Why doesn't Batman dance anymore?
Yeah. Then like just back away.
Because when I got the Blu-ray set, I think the first episode he does the bat dance.
Does he?
It's so weird. It's all in the pilot.
Straight off the bat.
Yeah, and
oh,
he
no, that wasn't.
Boom.
And he uses loads of his gadgets and stuff like in the first episode. I couldn't believe it.
Let's get you hooked in.
I know. I think so.
That Mad Hatter episode was crazy. So funny. He's just like. With the thing pops up.
Dong.
Yeah. It's weird.
My frame just freezes like.
Yeah.
Get 'em, boys.
The Scoutmaster. Sounds like Ed Wynn, doesn't it?
That's him, Fallout Boy.
Oh my goodness.
Mint.
Yeah. Oof. Poo.
Waffle. Waffle. I made that one up.
Zauk.
Zalk, yeah. Boff.
And then when it got covered in that whole thing, we got covered in plaster or whatever, and then it was like, well, Batman survived the thing, and then it was like, they broke him out. It took hours to break him out or whatever, and he was like, it's like, gosh, Batman, I thought you were dead for sure. It's like, how did you survive? He's like, I held my breath. It's like, that was it. It's just like, simple, Robin.
Oh, it's
I
so
held
good
my
though, isn't
breath.
it? What? That series is so ahead of its time. It's got all that kind
real
of
pop arty.
snarky, pop arty postmodernism. It's fucking brilliant.
If you look at it now, like those Blu-rays, they pop, like the colour is just so
Mental.
yeah,
That's so
bet,
good.
bet that's trippy as all
Yeah,
hell.
yeah, it's incredible.
Big bag of weed and some Batman 1960s
I want to see a Joker
Sorted.
episode though. I just still want to see that. I bet you can see all the bristles
Well,
on his moustache.
Do you know
Yeah, you can see
that
the detail in the outfit.
the bank robber mask the Joker wears in The Dark Knight is based on
Yes, yeah.
the face that the Joker has in his first appearance in that
That's
series.
right. Yeah, no, because he wears a mask as well, doesn't he?
I think I can't remember if he paints his face differently or if he just wears a mask, but it's that exact
I think
mask.
he wears a
that
mask,
to rob
yeah,
the
because if
bank.
you see it, yeah, there's pictures of it online.
I'm
So-
convinced that the end of Dark Knight Rises is a deliberate nod to the bit in the movie where he can't get rid of the bomb.
Yeah.
think
In a
you're
kind of roundabout way, but it's gotta be.
Yeah.
We've got to do a commentary for the 60s film, haven't we?
Hells
would be
yeah!
good.
That's
Yeah, we did that.
amazing.
We'll do that when you get back from Peru.
Paris.
Deepest, darkest
So I'm gonna go eat Paddington Bear and eat some marmalade.
Marmalade.
That was brilliant.
That was brilliant.
Man in his pants, man in his pants. Oh, this chair leg is on fire. There might be a banister that's on fire.
I think it's a banister, yeah. It's a pretty high chair, isn't
It's
it?
pretty huge. It's got to support that TV.
Yeah, right.
These TV chairs are quite rare nowadays.
Scared of fire, you bell end.
Shit. Avish.
You bastard, yeah.
Jam jar full of my piss. It's 1960s, so naturally it's flammable.
piss, yeah. It's got very high nicotine
Wow.
content to it.
Did a burn. Fuck. Some guys.
And this is like not proper. This is a bunch of amateurs in the woods.
The set-
setting fire to
yeah.
ashes.
Shit, a bird.
Hey guys. Now this pretty much, this is the start of the third act, and this is where everything goes to fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing falls to pieces, which is what always happens in Romero third acts in zombie movies. Everything falls to pieces. People don't do what they're supposed to do. Mistakes are made. People infight, and then they all fucking die.
Yeah. There's a faction, or a fraction, isn't there, in the group, and then
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
And that becomes more pronounced as it goes on.
And that's the thing. That's became such a trope and such a crutch in so many zombie films. You get to that point, that annoying thing where people simply aren't listening to reason.
Yeah.
And then, but it's almost false. Like,
That's because it was all good in these and up to a point, but when the market got saturated, everyone just copied it
Yeah.
over and over and over and over. Because The Walking Dead doesn't really do that. The Walking Dead is about those relationships, but it's played long form,
right.
so long form that it doesn't.
Yeah.
If the whole last season of The Walking Dead is them in a bunker arguing and they all die, I'll be very disappointed. I just watched Fear the Walking Dead. The Walking Dead.
Is
spin-off.
that good then?
I liked it a lot.
Oh,
I did. I think you were saying the other day the ratings haven't been
I
great.
said that. Yeah.
I don't know.
But
Yeah.
they commissioned a second season, so we're going to get a second season anyway.
Oh, there you go.
Whoop, whoop. I liked
This is something I really want to sort of discover. I keep thinking I should start watching The Walking Dead. I've just got
So
too
good.
many space.
That's the problem with this
plates
day and age,
are
isn't it?
spinning at the moment, and that's partly because I'm not very good at sitting down and just watching stuff. But I
Plus you've
will
got
check
crap
it out.
internet,
It's like I've got good internet at home. It's just not at my girlfriend's. She's got poo internet.
Poo internet.
The internet of the poo poo.
She should have expected that when she signed up to a company called Poo Poo Internet.
That was perhaps
IEBT.
Is their logo a turd on the phone?
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Hello, I'm Poo Internet. I'm unreliable and expensive.
And I'll lag. Yeah, it's terrible. She got the worst it got was 0.2 of a meg. A second.
Ugh, that's
It's
like
just unusable.
56k level.
Yeah, it's unusable because you literally can't even load a web page or something. But any server will just kick you off at that.
See, they fucked the fuck up here. They balls everything up, and now these fuckers.
In the
gone
remake,
bad.
doesn't this thing occur a little bit earlier in the film?
No, it's about the same
Same time,
point.
yeah.
It plays out a
Time.
bit differently.
Yeah.
In that, he doesn't have the keys, and he tries to shoot the lock off. And
That's
then it
right.
Just blows up the pump.
It's like Godzilla music. Dun, 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 dun.
Bam, 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 bam. Shut the fuck up. Bam, bam, bam. It was
Good
sampled in that hippity hop that the kids like.
The hippity hop. Yeah.
Hippity hop.
The flip flop.
With the bip and the bop and the zap. The kids' days.
Forgot rock the jazz. It's all about.
You see?
You see.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee zombie.
Should've-
Enter the Dragon. He should have those claw marks on him.
Yeah. They put Bruce Lee in the zombie movie.
Bruce, you Lee.
I don't care if he's Muhammad, Ahmad, Bruce Lee. You can't change fighters.
So
Yeah.
Ben's kind of shafted. He's just away from everyone.
Yeah. But that's horrible. That's like eerie to watch a crowd of white people chase a black man.
That's the brilliant thing.
It's-
That's the brilliance of it, and you don't
Yeah.
know how it ends.
Oh, right.
Yeah. See, in the era of civil rights and stuff, he happened to find this black guy.
I mean, I hate
who-
that that's a thing that's even an
Oh,
image
no.
in my head because it's horrible.
But
and
that's
it
what's,
shouldn't be.
that's what's brilliant about this, because
Yeah.
it drew people's attention to that fact. Because
Right.
he was written as a white guy, but as soon as he cast a black guy, the whole tone of the thing changes.
Yeah.
And suddenly you've got a black guy with a burning torch being chased by white people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the yeah, well, we'll discuss the ending when we come to it, because the
Yeah.
ending is particularly like, oh, spoilers. You might go, oh.
But it's really just what's frustrating is it's really just a guy being chased by a bunch of monsters or people, other people, and it's like but because of history,
Well,
you see
it's
it as
being
something
done.
else.
Becomes
You
more
know,
important,
Romero does it very, very, very pointedly. Everything's like a metaphor or an analogy in his movies, and that's being done very pointedly here. And like again, these two don't. It's never made explicit, but it's clear that Cooper kind of, as the kind of white collar middle class guy, is looking down at this black guy who's telling him what to do.
Yeah.
You know, but it's never made explicit.
It was like Sidney Poitier's film. What was the film he did? I can't remember. The guy slapped him in the face and he slapped him back, and that was a big.
The
thing.
Tony Curtis one where they're chained together.
It might be. I
remember what it's
can't remember.
called.
I can't remember which one it is. I'm sure people will tell
He
me.
slaps him back. Everyone's like,
Yeah, like a black man slaps a
Well,
white
that's
man.
the Kirk and Uhura kiss in Star Trek as well.
Yeah.
Though apparently we had an
Make people faint.
Love on Ward 10, I think it's called. The British programme had an interracial kiss first.
Sidney Poitier's a great. My grandpa designed his house in the Bahamas. I knew him quite well.
Is it in the shape of a big SP or something?
It's not. No.
I know what it is. It's a recreation of the house from Ghost Dad, the film he directed with Cosby. Have you guys seen Ghost Dad?
no.
No.
Poitier directed Ghost Dad.
I didn't know that.
It's exactly how it sounds. Bill Cosby dies and then comes back as a ghost to help his kids, like, and it involves Invisible Man style stuff where his ghost wearing a hat and shades and scarves and things, pretending to have a flu.
Oh.
It's directed by Sidney Poitier. It's fucking brilliant. Look, see, they're just eating kind of nasty offal and stuff.
They eating the remains. Of the
Look at this, like, it's actual, like, we've had nudity, cannibalism, people being shot, like, so they're eating the remains of the two kids that got burnt up in the car. So it's nice and barbecued for them.
That's all
Well,
right.
at least it's cooked.
Well,
Yeah,
I would
You won't
doubt
give
that
it
it's
the
cooked
runs,
in
will
the
it?
middle.
No, that's true.
Remember, everyone,
Yeah.
piping hot throughout.
Yeah, right.
But last time, was it one time you're supposed to come round? You go, yeah, Ollie, I've got food poisoning. I said, what's the matter, Richard? Yeah,
No.
I cooked a burger
No,
on
yeah,
my lunch break.
no, yes, but no. And I'll tell you why yes, but no. What happened was, I went to Secret Garden Party last year, and when I come back, I went to Asda, and I went, I'm going to have some burgers. And I got the burgers, and they were the Asda equivalent of Finest Burgers, whatever they're called, Taste the Difference or something.
That's Sainsbury's.
In a good burger, and I know this because I worked in catering, in a good burger, it's okay to have a bit of pink if you know it's good meat and it's been handled properly.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because the problem with when you have rare steak, it's been sealed on the outside, right? The
Yeah.
problem when you grind up beef, I hope you pay attention, is that it introduces the bacteria from the outside to the middle.
Yeah.
So, in a good burger, if you bite into it, it's a bit pink. If you know it's good, you can go, fuck it, I'm going to eat that.
Yeah.
It's slightly rare. Which I did in good faith. And then...
As
It's
the
like
face.
steak tartare. Isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And then I did all the poo.
I did all the poo.
A certain large-tongued, rubber-faced Mockney celebrity chef who has a restaurant in Cambridge. Figure it out.
Yeah.
I had a burger there that was pink in the middle, and I thought, I'm at the restaurant of a certain celebrity chef. That'll be fine. 5 days food poisoning, and they admitted to it.
Fuck.
Did they?
We sue them then. Get money out of it.
No, I got money back.
I would ask them. I would morph that.
Here's
I'll
your
ask for those.
50 quid back, sir.
Yeah.
That
They
place.
tried to offer me a free meal. So
Yeah,
you
right.
made me sick, you
Go in there.
fucks.
Like, I'll have the the burger.
I'll have the food poisoning.
yeah.
Can I have a bucket of chocolate
No-
ice cream?
no,
'Cause
you-
that's what I ended up with.
Now what you
E.
mentioned
coli
that,
souffle.
4 of the people I know have had food poisoning from there.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit the bed. I
It
ate
did
there
make the
once.
news. It made the news. Yeah, that was the first time I ate there. It was for my
Really?
friend's birthday.
Poor
I ate there
man.
once. Wasn't impressed, to be honest. I had
I've been there once. My meal was great.
Ossobuco. It was nice, but it was really expensive and not all that.
Now all this has come out, I feel like my comedy over detailed explanation of who it belongs to is what gets in trouble. I don't think it will.
Almodovar.
I didn't name anything. I know, but I know what happened.
Suffice it to say, it wasn't Pucker.
Oh! Oh! Drop the mic. Yeah, so, yeah, I did. I food poisoned myself with a burger because I thought it was a good burger.
5 days off, man.
Oh,
Have you ever had steak tartare?
No, I've not. I do want to try it though.
I want to try it as well, but it's apparently like
The only
dicey
thing that
with bit.
puts me off is the egg, the raw egg.
Oh really?
Yeah,
No, that's
the
another
raw
one.
beef fine, but raw egg, I find raw egg white really rough.
Yeah, I have it in like I've made my own protein shakes in the past and put it in and been you don't even know it's there. But
Yeah, you can crack like an egg open raw. I find that a bit more.
It's pretty fitting that we've gone from a zombie film, they eat people, to
I
talking
think
about food.
The discussion
Talking
of
about raw
eating
meat.
raw meat is
Yeah.
absolutely adequate. My friend Daisy, she eats raw bacon, like because the smoked stuff is smoked and it's killed that what's in it. But
it's evil stuff that what they spray on it to
What,
make
the smoked?
it smoked. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I don't
not-
have that
I'm
bacon.
not supposed to eat it.
Oh.
no, is that right?
It's the potassium, whatever it is.
If something's actually smoked, you're all right. But if you have the smoke,
Yeah. But most stuff in the supermarket isn't. It's sprayed with that yellow
Okay.
shit.
This scene was they do this scene in Dawn of the Dead remake when he says, "Oh, they're dead. They're all messed up."
Yeah.
And it's in the episode. Now he reprises this role in the remake.
I remember now.
Do you remember? He's got a beard, but there's double down trivia. for this.
Yep.
Yeah, his name is Bill Cardill. He was known as like Chili Bill Cardill, and his daughter is Laurie Cardill, who's Sarah in Day of the Dead. So his daughter's the lead character in Day of the Dead.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So there you go, trivia. And the kind of they're dead, they're all messed up thing gets used and used. So yeah, there's a bunch of rednecks just trawling through the woods with guns. There's like a local mob that's formed that are trawling through, led by the sheriff, cleaning things up.
I suppose the thing with a zombie outbreak in America, just rely on the hillbillies to save you.
Yeah. Sheriff Pepper.
yes.
Secret agent.
I would watch that.
Oh, son. 10 fingers on the fender.
I wonder who they're going to get to play him in the film after Spectre. They're going to have to recast.
They will have
Pepper
to
for,
get J-Dub. No one cuts and runs on Sheriff. Yeah.
Billy Bob Thornton could play it thin
Could do.
or bulk up.
Hey,
Bulk
up.
Thank you very much, Chief McClellan. This is Bill Cardill, WIC.
Bill Cardill.
Chili Bill Cardill. And he actually is a local news guy.
Yeah.
He's an actual local news guy. So, in related news, Laurie Cardill is amazing in Day of the Dead. She gets her place next to Sarah Connor and Ripley, as far as I'm concerned. It's a great role, and she plays it really well. Yeah. That's all. No more.
That is all.
That is all.
Helen, I have to get that done.
Just you want to be a bit more discreet about it.
That girl is totally useless. I'll make her do something.
Yeah, she gets
Just sitting there.
She gets. They really rehabilitate that character in the remake
They do.
because she's. Whilst this does say nice things about civil rights and stuff, not really great on gender politics.
No.
Well, not bad either. I mean, the other female characters are far from useless. It's just Barbara. I mean, I think in the remake, the Cooper's relationship is implied as being full-on abusive. I think
It is,
it's,
yeah.
Disney.
He doesn't treat his wife very well, you know.
They've got the banister, not the banister.
There's there's a certain amount of allegory. I suppose what's horrible about it is that you've got an unstoppable, something that it is Terminator-like in its.
Yeah,
And that's what's
they
scary.
represent the inevitability of death. They will get you in the end.
Yeah. Yeah, because it always seems to me, anyway, that most zombie tales aren't about winning. They're about how long you survive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
They're
that's it.
horde mode.
Yeah, I mean, they really are. They're not about, like... And you're right, it's an inevitability. It's not there's no happy ending.
Cooper, you mook.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You want to stand here now? Helen, get this started.
We gotta get down the basement, Chee.
Oh. Smash. Yeah, and these two's kind of, their fates are played differently, aren't they? In the remake. Without spoiling too much for Duncan. Because I would normally just go, bah, spoiler and do it, but I'd be quite interested to see your reaction to it.
He shot him.
Oh,
His wife just didn't give a tosser, did she?
It's a dickhead, isn't he?
Yeah.
he's an asshole.
Come on, you silly
Away
woman.
from the door. Don't embrace.
Come on, give him a Chinese burn or something.
Chinese burn.
Come on.
Ow! I'm gonna take
I'm
this
gonna
coach.
die! Ah!
Oh! Oh, it really hurts.
It was a bit like Nosferatu, where it was the windows.
Yeah.
yeah.
Good old Nosferatu. Let me ask you a question. Nice bit of perspective there.
The best shot I think
Longest
I've seen in this film so far is when he was looking through the window, observing, looking through the curtains. That was just shot so well.
The use of black and white is
Yeah.
I mean, it is a very creepy film.
The camera's always in their face a lot.
Yeah, there's loads of that kind of stuff. Look, there's the cemetery zombie back. The original zombie comes back.
Come on, do something, woman. Come on.
She looks like she's struggling that hard.
Pulls her hair off like a wig. Oh no! Oh no! My shame.
Ew.
Tucking into her dad. Hey, Mum, I'm feeling a lot better.
You want some arm?
Plenty to go around, Ma.
Slap her. Drop kick her or something.
Drop kick.
Suplex.
You want Dolph Lundgren dressed as He-Man to kick her, don't you?
Exactly.
Go on, shank your mum with a trowel.
Kindergarten Cop 2.
That's not a usual zombie thing. Is it? Zombies don't
No,
use
that's-
implements to kill people.
Yeah, no. I mean, they do.
Apart
use,
from
they do use
Land of the
tools. Well, yeah, oh yeah, Land of the Dead. Yeah, they do use tools. It's something that was downplayed and then reintroduced in the Romero films. Because yeah, in Land of the Dead they use like guns and knives and.
Yeah, that's what, because they kind of just pick it up and go, "Arr," just fire it. Or
Well,
he has
they
the,
use them
the
properly,
drill,
though, don't they?
doesn't he?
Because he does actually shoot some people and stuff. It's because like at the end of day, it's implied that they're getting smarter.
Yeah.
At least. Well, I felt at the end of the day, it was simply implied that you can teach them stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas Land runs with that as they
Like an evolutionary
Have you
step.
seen? That's what I meant to ask you. Have you seen? Shit. No. What's it called? With Billy Connolly.
Oh, Fido.
Fido.
Yeah, I really like Fido.
No, I like
Great
Fido.
movie.
I've got that. I think it's a brilliant movie,
Yeah, fantastic.
and it's really like no one ever knows about it, and it's
yeah,
brilliant.
no, I remember when it came out. It's a really odd little one that just kind of came and went straight to video. I think.
Yeah,
'Cause
Carrie
it's-
Ann Moss and
Yeah, Carrie Ann Moss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Yeah, that's her brother. Yeah, really great movie, and it plays on the kind of idyllic 50s, 60s thing because they're in a survivor community that's fenced off. Have you seen it?
No.
it's so good.
Ivan might have it. I'll see if I can bring it to
Cool.
you. It's great.
Really good movie.
Really funny. Really
Yeah.
inventive.
Yeah.
Yeah, great film.
Billy Connolly's hilarious as well.
He's
It's
great, and he doesn't even really say anything.
No.
Of course, like.
It's like, why would you cast Billy Connolly as a zombie? It was so good. It's so good, yeah. That's the thing I should have answered the guy's question he was asking about underrated films.
Oh, underrated films, yeah.
just
Well, if you're watching this as well, I would throw him with that. It's a bloody great movie, really fun.
And I always forget about it. I don't know why. Like it's
It's
really
very pop arty as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Inventive. And everyone's got this really. It's in a universe where everyone has this really insane morality.
Yeah.
Like, they're kind of like not nice people. It's still what the
yeah, because they
Blade
keep
Balance
them
is.
as like pets and like slaves and stuff, don't they?
And everyone in that society is really blasé to the concept of death.
Yeah.
It's kind of yeah.
They're not getting in now.
There's the implied zombie war that's happened.
Yeah, because there's that wasteland outside the
Yeah, because it's actually
watch that
after
again.
the zombie apocalypse. It's
Yeah.
like,
I must watch that
my
again. I
bum's
don't know if
gone
I've
to
still
sleep.
got it somewhere. I hope.
yeah, Housemate borrowed it from someone, I think, and I think it's still knocking about ours. I might get my own copy actually. It's good.
Yeah, it's worth it. Probably won't be expensive.
I would have thought so.
Look it up.
See, this is the thing. Like Cooper was right. It turns out the basement is safe.
I know, yeah.
Well, in that it's safe as a basement with some zombies in it.
Just didn't ask politely, that's all.
Yeah, we know it was so rude, but I would say he's right. But I wouldn't want to do it because if they did come in, they'd be shafted. He puts these suckers down. Look at this, 1968. Show me something else from the 60s that does this kind of crap.
This is the only time it has that kind of synth sound effect.
I think there's a few bits earlier, but it's mostly library music. But there's a few.
Very old Moog or something, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
You can get it for £5 on Amazon.
What, a Moog? Oh no, wait.
What Moog?
So what?
Fucking hell, snap that up, mate.
Is that Blu-ray or Divid?
Dived.
Dived. The Huss. Be a good one.
Verhus.
Oh, I've seen the cover of that. Yeah.
It's a great picture in it.
Billy Connolly. Billy Connolly. Hello.
We jobbies.
Yeah. Swim at the fishio. Row at the boat. Catch at the fishio.
I was watching an episode of Billy Connolly's short-lived American sitcom Billy, which was interrupted with the news of the death of Princess Diana.
Oh, right.
I stayed up late that night, 1997. I was
Wow.
waiting for the Twilight Zone to come on, which it never did owing to the coverage.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the biggest tragedy of that night.
Yeah.
Oh, what? A colour Twilight Zone episode's been cancelled? Shit. Don't even know which one it was either. Guess I'll never know.
Because does this one have? I remember now the ending because in the remake they've got the hanging the zombies, aren't they? Like by their neck.
no, they don't do that, but they do the still photos thing from the remake is taken from
That's right.
See, the original trilogy, if you like, all feature helicopters. Something George likes to put in.
He'd be like, he's walking slowly. Oh shit!
Imagine all the drunks that would die in the first days.
They would, wouldn't they?
I'd hate to have been out the night before the zombie apocalypse. You just
Everyone walks out of a Weatherspoons and gets
yeah,
shot.
you
You
got
know.
ketchup from your £5 breakfast down your face, and like, they just shoot you in the face. It's a weird looking helicopter, isn't it?
It was quite a weird perspective because it actually looked like a model.
Yeah.
It looked really small.
It looks like a very early helicopter. I hate watching animals in movies because I'm like, they're all dead now.
In the case of this movie, a lot of the people are dead. So
Yeah. It's how you see Alien. Oh, Jonesy's dead now.
Oh.
You know.
So Charlie Brooker did that, didn't he, about those pet food adverts? He's like, that cat's dead now.
Yeah, my girlfriend's cat looks like a Jones.
Or with
We used to have a Jones.
was it in Charlie Brooker? You see like these protests from the early '80s, and Blake. A cop hits this guy, and he's like, Charlie Brooker starts laughing. He goes, it's 30 years ago. It's quite funny now.
Okay, so here we are. We've got the cops and the hillbillies and stuff scouring the countryside looking for zombies.
Zombie.
Zombies.
Zombie. On their guns, on their bombs, in your head.
My brother bought that single, played the shit out of it, and it fucking ate it. Cranberries, isn't it?
Yeah.
I used to laugh quite a lot at that song. It's called Saturday Gig, but it sounds like she's saying "got a big dick."
Got a big dick.
Got a big dick.
So one that I had to look it up because me and my friends always assumed it was, but that's the one that that's like straight from the top of my dome.
With
Has
the
a
rocker microphone.
We always sounded like cheese scraped from the top of my dome.
Oh, nice.
But it's not. Apparently, it's straight from the top of my dome.
Yeah.
But I was always
Bum-
like cheese.
Bumfunk MCs. Bumfunk MCs, mate.
Yeah. I don't know how you make sound like cheese.
I can't remember where they're from. They're like Swedish or something, those guys.
Cheese.
Cheers.
Cheese, I will go to the top of my dome.
Okay, so we've got the guys closing on the house.
Lots of squibs and stuff in there. Although, yeah, they probably just shot them.
Yeah, it's the 60s, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone's smoking and shooting each other.
Shooting is good for you. It fills your T-zone.
It's good for your fight.
You get your daily lead allowance.
Fill your L zone.
So much better.
Yeah. There.
Okay.
You drag that out of here and throw it on the fire. Nothing down here.
Guns and such.
Let's go check out the house. There's something.
I think he's just got a bandolier slung over. It's not even a bandolier, it's just a belt.
All right, man. Hit him in the head, right between the eyes.
Oh,
Bleak ending or
Yeah.
what?
So you get your
that's horrible.
your squad of white coppers and randoms shoot the fucking black guy in the head, and everything you've been invested in that whole time just ends there.
Yeah.
It's fucking bleak. And the
Yeah.
stills, it's creepy.
That's quite, yeah. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
What a shocker as well of an ending. Can you imagine sit down the cinema again in the 60s to watch that?
Yeah. What's with the hooks?
That's to handle the corpses. There's Ben.
Candyman.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So yeah, there you go. What do you think of that? It's like a,
Yeah, it's good. Actually, yeah, it's good.
it's a really, it's a really.
I get that
landmark
it's
film.
really the blueprint, like for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, everything else kind of took this as a stepping stone.
Ugh. Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, because it looks just like the stuff you see in the newspaper.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's like all that imagery you know
That
from
that's got the
civil rights
grain,
era and
the
stuff.
grain to it as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
It's the zooming in on it, and
so they do it this not quite as effectively in the remake because they put like there's a no, not like that, but there's like a drum beat over it and there's tinted orange. It's not quite as affecting. And in the credits to that movie, there's a guy whose surname is Wank, which I was looking at. Which if you go back and watch our commentary,
Oh, yeah.
I gleefully point out the man named Wank. The man named Wank.
went to the bank.
We've had the bloke called Wank,
His
Joe
girlfriend's a scam.
Pancake, and Dick Butler.
Dick Butler.
Dick Butler.
Dick
yeah.
Butler.
That's all file retiring.
Cheers, sir.
Parmesan, sir.
So he goes thinking the TV station is based on that.
Oh, were they?
Oh, there, over there.
Oh, this ends like Candyman does as well. More burning furniture.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Or is that meant to be the house?
No, it's just that they've made a bonfire to burn all the bodies.
The end.
There you go. I love it. The film just shits all over you. It
does.
goes like, oh, did you like him? Did you? Fuck off.
Yeah. You think he's gonna be like, no, I'm not one of them or whatever. Like you think he's gonna get away, and then he doesn't.
Because he didn't even get a chance to say anything,
No.
did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't
even
like
say, hey,
put his
I'm
hands
fine.
up or go, hey, you know. But
Just waste him.
gutted. Very
Sad
sad
man.
ending. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video special. Me and Richard will be back next week with a commentary to the remake of Dawn of the Dead.
Duncan will be tragically shot whilst trying to leave the house.
Whilst trying to get in, just do it with.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bye bye, everyone.